Hello.
Hello, Matt.
Yeah, how you doing?
What's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, Zachary. Do you need my camera or is it just audio?
No, just audio, man. Sorry, I should have told you.
No, it's okay. I'm good.
So we just got done blasting Dead Eyes Replete. And,
yes.
Man, what the fuck, dude? That is some insane shit, man. You guys are tearing it up, man.
Well, thank you very much. No, we're proud of that song. We're proud of the whole record. We worked hard at it. You let me know when we're live. If we're live now, I'll say hello to everyone.
We are live, dude. We're live.
Oh, cool. Well, hello, everyone. Metal Devastation Radio. Matt McGachy here from CRYPTOPSY. Just got back from my European tour with Decapitated, Warbringer, Incarnation a few days ago. Friday night here. I'm enjoying some beers.
Hell yeah.
Here in Montreal. And we're really stoked with the response so far with Dead Eyes Replete. It's an intense song. There's lots of CRYPTOPSY-esque tempo changes and mind fucks. And we like to do that. We like to make people feel like they understand what's happening and then turn everything on its head.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah. Dude, you talk about the reception, man. Like, holy shit. Like, front cover of Decibel magazine. You're fucking Band of the Month on Metal Injection. Like, everywhere I look, man, it's CRYPTOPSY, man.
We're obviously very proud of that. Our PR team at Season
Will
is fantastic. Shout out to Will. Shout out to Sebastian over in Europe. It's been the Decibel thing. There's a funny anecdote about that. I wrote Will, and Will's been fantastic, and he puts up with me because I wrote Will, and I was like, I want the cover of Decibel a few months ago.
Yeah, and
he was like, why? Did Albert write you? And I was like, no. I was like, why? And he was like, oh, because I've been trying to get it. And I was like, oh, cool. I was like, okay, well, you keep going to do that, and that'd be sick if we got it. And then we got it. And then the photo shoot was like a few months ago before the tour, about like a month before we left on tour. We did the photo shoot with Shimon. He flew over here to Montreal from Vancouver, fantastic photographer. And a few days before we did the shoot, I was like, what if I got a bunch of worms? And we did shots with like me holding just like a bunch of worms, just to do something different, to do something visually interesting, to do something that honors the legacy of CRYPTOPSY, just so basically we don't look like a bunch of old dudes standing in a room.
Yeah. Oh, it looked great, man. It looked great. And you know, I've been a subscriber of Decibel for decades now, man, and I know they don't just give that cover out to just anybody. You know, like it's a special thing, man. You know, because they're
we feel it. We're really, really, really excited about it, and I actually read the article yesterday. Justin sent it to me. Justin Norton sent me the article, and it's really very special. I'm very excited for everyone to read it, to get to see it. The rest of the pictures, there was a bunch of other pictures in it. It's a humongous honor, and it's not something that we take lightly.
Hell yeah, man! Hell yeah, yeah! I can't wait to get my copy for sure, man. So tell us. Well, I mean, I guess for people out there listening, you know, give us a brief history rundown of the history of CRYPTOPSY. Like, how did you guys get started?
That's not easy. That's not easy, Zachary. It's an old band. CRYPTOPSY started in the late 80s under a different name. There was an earlier version of the band before Flo joined. Finally, they played this show with Flo. He was playing in some other band, and we were impressed by how fast he was. Even back then, he was always just pushing the limits of what he could do physically. At that point of his life, he was more into skateboarding than playing music, but quickly music took over, and he had to put the skateboard away because when you are playing extreme death metal drumming, you can't break your arm and lose a few months in rehabilitation. So drumming became a big part. They changed their name from Necrosis to CRYPTOPSY, and then they released Ungentle Exhumation in 1991 or 2. I can't quite remember. And then they dropped their first full-length called Blasphemy Made Flesh in 1993 or 1994. 1996, they dropped the iconic, legendary, I can say it because I'm not on the record, None So Vile. 2 years after that, they dropped Whisper Supremacy with Mike DeSalvo on vocals. A few years after that, they dropped And Then You'll Beg. And then Lord Worm came back, and they dropped Once Was Not. I joined the band after that. We dropped the very divisive record, The Unspoken King, which most people do not like. It took us many years of rebuilding. We dropped the self-titled, which was the beginning of the comeback, which is our comeback arc that we are still on at this exact moment. I feel like we're at the top of the arc, which is good at this point. So we dropped the self-titled in 2012. We dropped 2 EPs, one in 2016 called The Book of Suffering, Tome 1. We dropped Tome 2 in 2018. We dropped As Gomorrah Burns in 2023. That won a Juno Award, which is basically Canada's version of the Grammys. We won a Canadian Grammy for Best Hard Rock Metal Record last year, and then next week we're dropping our 9th studio album called An Insatiable Violence.
That's crazy. That's crazy awesome. Hard rock.
Yeah. It was like we were in the same category as Danko Jones.
Holy shit, man.
Who's super cool, by the way. He's a really cool guy.
That is awesome. Yeah, I'm looking at your discography right now on Metal Archives, and that's a very long list. You just listed all of them, though. Yeah.
There's like a compilation thing that I skipped over.
Yeah, there's a few compilations, but yeah, like, I mean, fuck, dude. That's some cool shit, man. So as far as you joining the band, how did that happen?
My guitarist is a producer. He has been a producer for most of his adult life. He produces and has produced most of every Montreal-based and metal band, such as Despised Icon, Beneath the Massacre, The Agonist, CRYPTOPSY. And now, as his career has expanded, he's done the latest Suffocation, he's done Shadow of Intent, Ingested, the list goes on and on. I'm sure I'm forgetting some. He recorded my old band called 3 Mile Scream back in 2005 or 6, and at that point in time, just as he does now, whenever he finishes a mix or if we're on tour and he's really proud of this new project that he just finished, he always shows us. So I imagine what happened, or what I've been told happened, was they were driving to a show, and I guess Chris was driving because back in the day they used to like use Chris's van to get around. Lord Worm was still in the band at this point, and Chris was showcasing 3 Mile Scream's latest record, A Glimpse of Hope, which Chris had produced and done everything with us, tracking and everything, produced my vocals, and Flo liked my voice. There was something that piqued his interest, and he wanted to explore different musical ways of dancing around extreme music, and he wanted to put more clean vocals, put more different sounds into a record, which became The Unspoken King. So Flo called me, asked me to join CRYPTOPSY. I said no, because I was going to make it with 3 Mile Scream. I had to stick to my guns. The band had been doing good. We had just gotten signed. We were about to release our second record. The band was like about to start touring, and then the leader of that band, a good friend of mine, Mike Marino, quit the band. And as soon as I got off the phone with Mike Marino quitting the band, I hung up the phone and I picked up the phone and I called Flo back and I said, "Did you find anyone yet?" And he said, "Actually, no, we haven't." So I did some auditions, and then I got the gig. I actually got the gig on my 24th birthday. I was having this crazy party at my parents' house, and my mom or my dad were like, "Matt, there's a phone call for you." And I was outside, like, getting blasted with all my friends, Go downstairs, pick up the phone, and it's Flo, and he's like, Matt, you got the gig.
Hell yeah. Dude.
So that was that. And then we did The Unspoken King, and the rest you can say is history, or infamous history, that record, and then we moved on from there.
That is a cool story, man. Like, it's almost like it was just meant to be, you know?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Hell yeah, man.
I do remember after I turned them down, before Mike quit, 3 Mile Script, I remember we played a show with CRYPTOPSY in Toronto, and I remember standing in the room, and the crowd was going crazy, and Lord Worm was on stage, and I remember watching them and being like, oh, I made a mistake. So when Mike quit, I was like, oh, okay, I guess I gotta go back to that feeling that I had in Toronto that night.
Hell yeah, man. All right, well, tell us about this new single that you guys just dropped, Dead Eyes Replete, man. That is some insane shit.
Yeah, it's a great example of what An Insatiable Violence is all about. It's the third single for An Insatiable Violence. We chose this one because it was going to be a lyric video. We knew that in advance. So we wanted to have a very strong lyrical topic to be showcased in a lyric video. So Will actually suggested he was like championing this track to be the third single, the lyric video single. This song is all about, we have to digress a little bit. I had a dream August 2023, right before As Gomorrah came out. The most vivid dream. I don't necessarily have intense dreams. You can call it a nightmare, but it was so inspiring that I don't consider it a nightmare. It's about a person that spends all day fixing a machine, working on this machine outside in the hot sun, and they're sweating and they're slaving over this machine. And then at night, as everything cools down, they strap themselves into this machine, and the machine tortures them all night long, and they love it. And as the machine is torturing them, they're taking like mental notes as to how they can make it more efficient and more pleasurable. So the next day they wake up, and then they work on the machine and implement those changes, and the cycle repeats itself. And I had the name of the record in my mind, and I woke up and I wrote it in my phone right away. It was a little bit longer originally. It was An Insatiable Lust for Violence, but Flo whittled it down to An Insatiable Violence. And the human that's working on the machine is us, the human race, and the machine is social media. So what we do all day is work on creating this fallacy of who we present to the world on social media. And then as soon as we step back from all the work that we put into creating this iconic fallacy of who we want to be represented as on social media, we step back and we torture ourselves with, has this post gotten enough engagement? Why am I not getting the comments I want? Why am I getting these negative comments? Why am I not getting any engagement whatsoever? And then the cycle repeats itself. So as if a post does well, then we take notes as to why that post did well, and then we implement that the next day. Or if something's not working, we make changes so that the next day when we make a post or when we're presenting something on social media, we hope to get more engagement. Yeah. An Insatiable Violence. So Dead Eyes Replete is what I've done is I found a bunch, 8 topics basically, or 7 topics, because Malicious Needs, the last track on the record, which was our second single, which today we dropped the uncensored version. It's available on Vimeo. Metal Injection shared the link today, and CRYPTOPSY shared it on their Facebook page today. You can go see the uncensored version of Malicious Needs, which is an insane video that was far too graphic to be on YouTube when we dropped it last month. And that song is all about my dream. It's the director Gornos's version, his interpretation of my dream in a far more dystopian, technologically sexual way. So
that is
Dead Eyes Replete. Back to Dead Eyes Replete. Dead Eyes Replete is all about parents using children as YouTube stars and taking advantage of them and putting them. I watched this documentary I watched the documentary after I wrote the song, but I was like, oh my God, this is it. This is what I meant. Because I was just messing around with the idea of child stars. But it's far more concrete. But there's this documentary on Netflix, I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. Something about YouTube stars or something. But basically what happens is there's this mansion, and this mother enrolls, like her daughter is like the main star of this YouTube channel. And then she has all of her little friends that come and live in the mansion, and all they do all day is shoot content. And the mother is just reaping in all the cash. And the kids, even if they're tired, even if they're sick, they do enjoy it to a certain extent, but it becomes a point where they're not having any fun. And they're being completely depleted, and they're being robbed of their innocence and their youth, and their childhood is just being taken away from them. So that is what Dead Eyes Replete is about. It's about greedy humans taking advantage of children's willingness to participate on YouTube, on social media.
Man, I love it, dude. I mean, I don't love that, but I love what you're talking about, like the deepness of that. There's so much right there to digest. At first, when you were talking about the machine, my mind was thinking immediately. I was remembering that video from Nine Inch Nails.
Nine Inch Nails. You know, it's funny. I've never seen that video, and so many people I guess I should watch it because so many people have brought it up.
Yeah, Happiness and Slavery.
So many people have brought it up to me in the interviews. But the closest thing that I can think that is akin to where this dream came from is I read a short story over 10 years ago from Franz Kafka. It's called The Penal Colony, and it's about this island or something, a small little village, a small place. I think it's an island, and a visitor comes to this island, and there's this soldier that greets him as he arrives outside the village, and the soldier's job is to take care of this torture machine. And the new governor that runs the island disapproves of this old torture machine and this old way of punishing people. And basically the way the machine works is they lie someone down, and then there's all these needles that come and basically inscribes their crime on their chest and all over their body over and over again over 16 hours until the person finally passes away. And then at the end of the short story, something comes around, and then the soldier that is supposed to take care of this machine ends up strapping themselves into the machine and taking their own life. So that's like the closest thing that I can think that inspired me subconsciously to have this dream. But I reread it recently because I knew I'd have to talk about it in interviews.
The song was already badass, but you're making me like it even more, dude.
Good.
Yeah, man. And I mean, and then when you mentioned the social media aspect of it, that was making me think of that show. What was it on Netflix? I think it was Black Mirror.
Black Mirror, yeah.
They had that one episode about
the whole album could be a Black Mirror episode.
Oh man!
Especially the Malicious Needs video. You got to go watch it. It's on Vimeo. It could be an extended, like if they extended the concept of this music video, it could be a Black Mirror episode. Yeah,
it is. There's a lot to fucking think about right there, man. I mean, the whole world with social media and everything, like what you're talking about, you know, it really
it's important. I have a podcast. I had a podcast. That's funny. I dropped my last episode yesterday. I had a podcast. That's the first time I say that on public record, where I interviewed a bunch of people, and I was always super disappointed when the singer didn't have anything to talk about. He was like, "It's brutal," and I want more. So I got inspired by my friend Travis Ryan. He talks about nature, the world ending. It's a true, concrete thing, something important. If I, on my tiny little soapbox that CRYPTOPSY has given me, if I can spout this information out to people and it hits one or two people, and those one or two people re-examines their relationship with social media, then I believe that I've done a good thing.
Yeah, well, you've, I mean, you're telling people about it right now, man, so they're hearing it, dude, and that is
excellent.
That is
because I'm the worst part is that I'm horribly addicted to social media.
We all are.
I can't help myself. I've written 2 albums about the internet, the As Gomorrah Burns, and now this one, but I still find myself glued to my phone. I saw a post today from one of my friends that were saying that a phone shouldn't be like a leash, where you should, just because you have a phone, you don't have to respond to every message right away. A phone shouldn't be a leash.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I mean, but it is true. I mean, it's a part of all of our lives now, and it's...
And then I'm the same. When I write someone a message, I expect them to write me back quickly. But it's this new age of connectivity that's needs to be re-examined, hypothetically.
And it's only escalating. I mean, fuck knows where it's going to be 10 years from now, I mean...
Well, look how fast AI has moved in the past few years.
Yeah.
ChatGPT, all this crazy shit. It's just never ended.
It's never ending, man. I mean, yeah. Yeah, and I'm old, I remember the days when I was a kid when we didn't have any of this shit, man. There was none of it. Mm-hmm. All we did was...
I'm eternally grateful that I did not have social media when I was in high school.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I feel like it's a huge gratefulness that I have that I got to grow up in an era where the only proof that people had were Polaroids or cameras that they had to go develop. It's a relief, actually, because I did a bunch of stupid stuff, and I wouldn't want it all over the internet.
Well, it's funny, like, our kids aren't even, they're not even on social media. Like, they don't even care about it. So... Yeah. So, I don't know, like there may be a next generation that sort of...
I hope so. I know that I won't let my children have even like a phone until late teens. I want them to be bored. I want them to not have that instant gratification of dopamine drip connectivity, of being entertained by the doom scrolling. I want them to have a moment of reprieve. I want them to sit and have an ability to imagine. I always think like Newton sitting underneath that tree, if he was scrolling on his phone and the apple hit him on the head, he would have been pissed and wouldn't have realized that it's gravity.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, you think about it, like the kids, especially like in high school and stuff that have social media nowadays, and for the last whatever decade or so that have been using it, it amplifies so much fucking bullshit that's not necessary, not really,
exactly the bullying. I wrote a song. I wrote a song on the last record called "Ill Ender," which was about that online bullying, and then
it's terrible.
Turned into like a school shooting at the end of the song because of it. Yeah,
you can't because they can't escape it. Like. When we were kids, if you had a bully or if you got into it with somebody in school or something, you might end up...
You go home and it's over.
Yeah, you might end up going and handling it after school, you get into a fight or something like that, but then it would be over. But then
when you go home,
you
go home and it's over when you go home.
Yeah.
Now the kids can't get away. There is no getting away from it. That's scary. That's sad.
It is. It's fucked up,
There should be like a separation. And like the other thing is like if there's like a huge problem back in the day, you could move and then start a new life. Nowadays, everything follows it. Which is a good thing for bad people, obviously.
For bad people, yeah, but yeah, fuck, man. Yeah, that's a whole. We could go down a huge wormhole of that, but back to the music though. I mean, I want to say you guys do have a huge fucking tour coming up with Nile.
Yes, we do.
Right?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Nile, The Last 10 Seconds of Life, and my good friends Cognitive. Shout out to Rob. Love you, Rob. I'm excited to tour with you and hang out with you every day. It's a big tour. We're really excited. We have been talking. It actually started. I had Carl on my podcast last August, and it was a great chat. We finished the chat, and I was like, Carl, we should tour together.
Hell yeah.
And here we are. So it took some, we had to do some planning stuff going into it all, but we're really, really excited to come all across most of the United States, mostly like upper United States, and just crushed with Nile. CRYPTOPSY, I believe, toured with Nile before my time. I know that it's going to be a great fit. We're going to have a great time. That tour that they did with 6 Feet Under was crushing last year, or earlier this year, actually.
Love 6 Feet Under too, man.
Oh, hell yeah. So I have no doubts that this is going to be just a spectacular run. And we're going to play like a lot of new material, but we're also going to just showcase CRYPTOPSY. We always dance this fine line, modern CRYPTOPSY, where we are right now, this fine line between honoring the legacy of CRYPTOPSY and staying relevant by performing new material. So we're going to play some fan favorites, of course, but we're definitely going to showcase the new era of CRYPTOPSY, which is As Gomorrah Burns and An Insatiable Violence.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I saw Nile on last time I seen him. I think it was the Annihilation of the Wicked tour. It was in a small little dive fucking club in Phoenix, Arizona when I was living out there. And oh my god, like it was so fucking loud, dude. It was a small place, so we were able to get right up on the stage and just stand right in front of these fucking huge Marshall stacks that they had. And it was just, I remember it was so powerful. It was just, that was pummeling, man.
Hell yeah! I'm not looking forward to carrying those upstairs, by the way.
You got to carry their stacks.
I don't know. When you tour together, you work together. It's just
hell yeah, man. That's cool, man. That's hey, for all those people out there sharing those memes, man. That's a first right there. You heard from a singer.
Oh no, I am not a normal singer. You know what I am? Actually, I am the best drum tech Flo has ever had. Me and Flo together can put up and down his kit in 10 minutes. I do it with him every day, and honestly, the whole band helps him tear down his kit at the end after a show. We pack up that kit in 5 minutes, honestly.
That's cool as fuck, man. Hell yeah. Have you guys had any talks about doing a live record at some point?
They did do one back in the day with Martin Lacroix, who is sadly passed away last year. He was the vocalist between Mike DeSalvo and Lord Worm's Return. They did None So Live, which is a great record. It's actually the first CRYPTOPSY record that I ever heard back in the day. It was Phobophile, the first song that I ever heard, and it was Martin singing. And Martin actually did he did it, but he didn't do it specifically for us. The cover art of An Insatiable Violence is actually one of Martin's paintings. So when we were looking to get a new cover for this record, we hit up Martin's family and asked if he had any pieces that were available to be commissioned, licensed for our new record, and the family was very into the idea. We did it very respectfully, obviously, and it just warms our heart that we get to showcase Martin's art on this record, because Martin did the live record, but he was singing other people's words, other people's patterns. He never actually got to release a record with his own art on it until An Insatiable Violence. So we're extremely, extremely proud and honored to have his artwork on the record. He is he was a fantastic human, great vocalist, great artist, super funny guy. So we're very, very, very honored to have his artwork on this record. But for future things, yes, we'd love to do it. It's more of a thing. You know what I'd love to do, and I'm hoping to do, which would drive Flo crazy because he's going to have to play 2 shows in one day. I want to do an audio tree session. That's what I want to do. If we ever do a live record, I want to do an audio tree session. That's what I want to do. It's this place in Chicago where a lot of these bands that I like a lot of these weird bands that go in and then you track just live off the floor, and then they mix it and then you drop it as like an EP. Even you could do like half a set or something.
Yeah.
I'd love to do that.
Yeah, that would be cool, man. That would definitely be cool. Yeah, I'm looking at the record cover right now, and that is a beautiful piece of art. And
we knew right away. Like, we saw all the pieces that were available, and all 4 of us were like, "That's the one. This is the record cover. It's perfect." And then we made sure when we did the record cover that they highlighted his signature in the bottom right corner. It was like super important for us.
Yeah, and you can tell like that is real fucking art. Like that is not AI.
That's paint. That's paint. No, he painted that.
No
Yeah, he
bullshit.
was amazing. He was a fantastic tattoo artist. Our bassist Olivier Pinal has a whole leg, I think, if not more, done by Martin. He was great, and he tattooed for his living, and he would travel the world working in different tattoo shops after he left CRYPTOPSY, and he would come out in Germany and come out on stage with us when we played at Essen. He's come out a few times, and he was back in Montreal, or just outside Montreal, Sherbrooke, I think, when he passed Savage.
Hell yeah. And you guys have a lot of cool merch too. I'm looking at on your Bandcamp page, which I don't know. I wanted to ask you, like, where's the best place for people to go? Is it Bandcamp? Is that where you prefer?
It used to be. It really, 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 really was when we were independent, because we were independent for I think over 10 years. We left Century Media, and then we were independent. We dropped the self-titled Tome 1, Tome 2 independently. And then we went to Nuclear Blast for As Gomorrah Burns. So during those 10 years of independence, Bandcamp was the best place to get our merch. But now, as things have amped up a whole bunch since we joined Nuclear Blast, now we're with Season the Mist, with the best place is indie merch, honestly. They've been so good to us. Or that's for like North America. If you live in North America, indie merch is the best place to get CRYPTOPSY merchandise. They have all of our freshest drops, which is... Oh, I sound old saying that. Our newest designs are up there. That sounds better. And we have a whole bunch of legacy stuff up there. And if you live in Europe, then you can go to Empiricon. We just finished a whole run with them making our merch over in Europe, and they were fantastic. So either indie merch or Empiricon are definitely the two best places to get your hands on if you want like T-shirts or stuff like that. Yeah. If you want vinyls and CDs, then you go to Season of Mist. Because the reason we switched from Nuclear Blast to Season of Mist is because we wanted to continue our relationship with Nuclear Blast, but it came to a point that we didn't see eye to eye on the back catalog deal. So when that came to terms, we immediately started conversations with Season of Mist, and within a month, maybe 2 months, we had a whole new record deal signed. And as you've seen, or as you can see on their website, we have a whole bunch of our back catalog that is now available on CD, on vinyl, through Season of Mist.
Very cool, man. Yeah, I'm looking at I'm looking at right now the indie merch store, and I see you guys have really cool hoodies, long sleeve shirts with the print on the sleeves too, which is cool. You got to have that, man. And
we love it. I love making merch. I love
flags too, man.
We always joke that we're a T-shirt salesman, but we take pride in paying fantastic artists.
Well, you got shorts too. You got shorts too.
Yeah,
man.
I'm actually wearing them right now.
Hell yeah! So you could have the entire CRYPTOPSY wardrobe, man, from head to toe.
Exactly, but we take pride in like collaborating with fantastic artists that truly understand the CRYPTOPSY brand to create unique pieces that we use for like 1 or 2 tours, and then they basically get retired. And that's just the way it is. It's the way it is. People always want something new. It's this voracious cycle which ties into the never being satisfied, always wanting more social media craze. But we've been working a lot with this guy named Alexandre Goulet, who's from Quebec City. He sings for this amazing band called Apes. He does a bunch of merch for a lot of bands around the globe, but we've been using him pretty much exclusively almost for the past 2 years. Another artist that we work with a lot is Giannis, I can't remember his last name, Remedy Art, I believe is his company name. He's from Greece, I want to say. He's done a bunch of stuff for us too. He's always great too. Different styles, but both fit the vibe of CRYPTOPSY.
Oh yeah, man. All right, well, I guess I'm about out of questions for you. Is there anything else you want to let the people know?
Well, An Insatiable Violence comes out next week on June 20th. Go check it out. We got 3 singles out so far. There is a 4th one that's coming next Friday, which is the Nimbus Adoration. Get ready, people. It's coming. It's a record that we worked on extremely hard. We actually wrote it while on tour, which is something that's completely different for CRYPTOPSY. We tend to take big breaks between records, but this time we forced ourselves, pushed ourselves to write music faster, to release music faster, because we have a lot in the tank and we want to get it out there so that we can keep touring, be with people, get out there on the road, and keep releasing interesting music that we love primarily, but we hope that our fans enjoy too.
Hell yeah. Well, we like it, dude. We love it, man. Fuck. Keep on.
Thank you, Zachary.
Yeah, keep on doing what you're doing, man, and you guys are devastating it.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Before I let you go, can I get you to make us a station tag real quick?
Yes, Metal Devastation Radio. Are you ready? Here we go.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Matt McGachy here from CRYPTOPSY. You're listening to Metal Devastation Radio. Fuck
yeah. Hell yeah. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us, man. I really appreciate it. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to blast some more CRYPTOPSY for these motherfuckers so they can go crazy, all right?
Yeah, play. I don't know, we're going to play either Until There's Nothing Left or Malicious
That's what I got up next.
Yep. There you go. Thank you so much, Zachary.
Hey, you're welcome, man. Thank you, dude.
Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers, man. We'll talk to you later.
Cheers. Goodbye.
There you have it, folks. Matt from CRYPTOPSY live on the Zach Moonshine Show with Metal Devastation fucking Radio, man. What else do I have to say, man? That was fucking awesome, dude. Bad fucking ass interview. Really cool shit to learn about. I mean, I already like these guys, but that interview just made me like them 1,000 times more, dude. Definitely go check this record out. Go grab it, man. Pre-order the motherfucker. Buy some merch. Support these motherfuckers. Go see them fucking live when they come to your town, man. Crank it the fuck up. This is CRYPTOPSY with Until There's Nothing Left.